This episode is sponsored by the original jojoba company. I firmly believe that massage therapists should only be using the highest quality products because our clients deserve it and we deserve it. I've been using jojoba for years. It is the only company in the world that carries 100% pure first press quality jojoba. It does not go rancid. It doesn't contain triglycerides like lots of other products do, so it won't go bad. And this makes jojoba a really good carrier for your essential oils because you can put your really expensive holy basil essential oil in there and it can hang out in there for 6 months and nothing's going to go rancid. That's a good thing. Jojoba is non-allergenic, so I can use it on any client and every client without fear of an allergic reaction, which is really comforting when you have a woman come in who's 7 months pregnant with twins and has a nut allergy. It's just comforting to know that I have what is safe. You, my friends, can get 20% off the price of the product when you shop through our link, massagebusinessblueprint.com/jojoba.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Massage Business Blueprint podcast, where we help you attract more clients, make more money, and improve your quality of life. I'm Michael Reynolds.
I'm Allissa Haynes. Was I muted for that cough or did it come through?
You were not. That cough came through loud and clear.
What the heck? I'm so sorry. We got to cut that out. I clicked the button and it did the little red line and everything. And even told me my mic was muted and then it like flashed and I'm sorry. You guys heard the second part of that cough.
These things happen. Well, hey, we're glad you're off and all. So welcome.
I'm so sorry. So what have you been reading, Michael?
Well, what I've been paying attention to is the best thing in the world, which is your dog.
It's the best thing in the world because you are not training it.
I'm loving seeing photos of your new dog. Alyssa's new dog is named 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗁𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 So, Allissa, your job is to send me fresh photos every day of Rusty Freckles, please.
Yes, he's indeed a very good boy. And I just want to be really clear, house trained, came to us house trained and crate trained, and is a good walker, doesn't pull on the leash unless he like spots a, squirrel or something. And he's part beagle and part blue heeler. So I was expecting some barking, and that's fine. The foster mom, though, had told us like he was barely barky at all. And in the last 24 to 48 hours, he has found his voice and is quite barky. And we're working on it. He's not barky outside, he's barky inside. So it's protective barking. We have a trainer coming. We're working with him, but I'm a little bit terrorized by it because the kids are coming home from 2 days at their mom's today. And the little guy is going to struggle with the barking. So I'm feeling a little bit stressed out. But, it is what it is. And he's very cute. And he's got a really great Hawaiian shirt that was gifted to him by his dog friend Tilly. And I will post a picture of Rusty Freckles with his Hawaiian shirt in our Instagram, maybe when this podcast goes live on Friday.
And I'm not saying it's all about me, but in my head, you're trolling me very well because you made your Facebook profile picture a picture of your dog.
So, I thought of you when I did that.
I'm known for like harping on that. So thanks for trolling me so well. Or at least I'm taking it that way.
I have reached a point in my career where I am not using Facebook to promote myself, my business, any of my businesses. I've actually weaned down my friends from like 2,400 friends. I think I'm down to under 200 now. So I am not using my Facebook for that. It was an educated decision that I made to put my dog in his Hawaiian shirt as my Facebook profile picture temporarily. I did not do that on Instagram, which I actually still use for both businesses.
I love it.
Good morning to you, Andrew. Andrew says good morning, and he is appreciating the dog pics. So thank you for that.
Thanks, Andrew. Glad you're here.
Let's jump into our next sponsor because we have a lot to cover and a brief amount of time to do it.
Let's do it. Let's give a shout out to ABMP. We love them.
Yes, let's talk about ABMP's 5-Minute Muscle app and the Pocket Pathology app. That's right, 2 separate apps available with your ABMP membership. Let me tell you a little bit what a little bit about what they are because I have used them both in the last week or two in my own massage practice. They are quick reference apps. They are designed to help you quickly find information that you need to make a decision about session planning. The 5-minute muscle app is awesome. It includes muscle-specific technique and palpation videos for the 83 muscles most often addressed by us, professional massage therapists. Let's see, the pathology app is super helpful. You bust it open, you type in whatever, multiple sclerosis, and you get some info that you need about working with people with that condition. It is super helpful. They are easy and fast to use. They are included with ABMP membership. And you can look at sample demos if you need to at abmp.com/apps.
All right. So we got a fun topic today, at least I think so. It's a marketing nerdy topic. We had one of our Blueprint Mastermind members ask about this and turned it into a discussion for today, and it's on sales funnels.
It is on sales funnel. So a member asked, this was a member in our mastermind community said, I have a goal of growing my email list to target new TMJ clients. I would like to try to use a landing page with a freebie running Facebook ads. And I'll explain all of those terms in just a minute. I've created a PDF of my top 10 tips to treat jaw pain at home. Problem is, I have no idea how to create a landing page with an email funnel. I need help. Any good how-to guides, tutorial videos, anyone can recommend. I'm out of my element. And I realized that we do not have a resource on this, so we thought we would throw a podcast episode at it. And we're kind of going to cover two things that are related, a sales funnel and what that is, and also an email drip campaign, which is what is going to be kind of the results of this, the middle part of this sales funnel. So Michael, just like interrupt me when I get to something that you feel like you need to expand on, because you're a little more the expert on this than I am. So a sales funnel is a series of steps that a potential client would take to be wooed into being a client. There's 4 stages from the client perspective. So there's awareness, interest, decision, and action. Okay, so here's an example. A person lands on my website via a Google search for massage in my area. They have become aware of my business. They read a few of my blog posts and my services page. It connects with them. They think that I do what they need, and they become interested. And then they sign up for my email list and begin to receive useful information about my massage, about their issues, about how massage can help their issues. And in that process, they have made a decision to sign up for my email list, and then they get this information. And then, as a result of receiving all of this helpful information and reminders that I exist and massage can help them, they take action, the final step. They schedule and come in for a massage. So those are the 4 steps. Michael, do you have anything to add there?
No, I think you're nailing it.
Okay, so let's give a very massage specific, and we'll kind of jump into email drip campaigns. I just use my website, but let's get really nail it down so you're targeting a very specific clientele. And we're going to use the example of TMJD, or I think we call it TMD through the rest of my notes here, as this example. Okay, so regular old client is strolling through Facebook and they come upon a Facebook ad. And that Facebook ad talks about jaw pain and says, receive your free guide, 10 steps to relieve jaw pain at home. So they click on that Facebook ad. And that Facebook ad lands on a landing page. That click brings them to a landing page. And what that is a page on your website that is all about this offer and all about this issue. So it says, are you suffering from this kind of jaw pain? Here's tiny bit more enticing information about, I understand your jaw pain. It hurts when you wake up in the morning. It gives you a headache, blah, blah, blah. And then it says, to receive your free guide to 10 steps to relieve jaw pain at home, put your email address here. So they put their email address, maybe their first name, and And then they receive an email that says, thank you for requesting this resource. Click here to download it. You make this page on your website, or depending on the email program that you use, and I'll get to that in a second, your bulk email program may have a landing page feature to connect to this kind of campaign. It doesn't necessarily matter which way you go. You got to learn your bulk email system. Constant Contact does this, MailChimp does this, MailerLite does this. They all have these kinds of features depending on your paid level. So you can do a page on your website, a landing page on your website that where you embed this email form, or you can have that Facebook ad link to the landing page that your email provider gives you that you create within that. Doesn't really matter either way. So the person has entered their email, they've entered their address, they receive an email that's like, click here to download. They download their guide, they're perusing it, la-di-da-di-da. Ideally, 3 to 7 days later, you get to decide the interval of these emails. That kicks off a whole automated email campaign. It's called the drip campaign because it drips one email at a time over a specific period of time. So maybe let's say just weekly. We're going to do this weekly. So I sign up on a Sunday and I get my free guide, and the following Sunday I get an email that the topic is, do you have TMD? And it's got information about there that might say, here are some common characteristics of TMD. Here are some issues that tend to be mistaken for TMD. Do you have it? Maybe talk to your healthcare provider, or, click here for more info and to perhaps schedule a massage. Every email has to have a really good call to action. We'll talk about that in a second. So 7 days go by and I get week 2, tips to stay consistent with home care. So I know this person got this guide originally, right? 10 steps to managing jaw pain at home. And then I know that they got an email about, is this TMD or something else? And then, a couple weeks later, like, they're probably not doing that home care, but here's some tips to help you stay consistent with that. There you go. A week later, red flags for TMD. So the content might be like other issues that can be exacerbated or kicked off, or why TMD can be really bad over time if it's not treated well, because whatever, it's going to grind down your teeth, whatever. Not my specialty, but example that we're using. And then finally, the final week, week 4, how can a massage therapist help my TMD? This is a real strong email. This is very much like listen, we've been talking about this, but if you want to get off your butt and actually get some help, you know where I am. And every email has that strong call to action at the end that says, if you need more info, if you want to schedule an appointment, click here. And it leads to the scheduling page of the website, or, something equivalent to that. That's it. That's what it is. It is a way of slowly feeding people information that is helpful to them, relevant to your niche and what you want to treat them for, and gives them some info, but a reason to contact you and follow through on seeking treatment. So hopefully you have wooed these clients into scheduling. A funnel can take a lot of forms. Michael, why don't you jump in and talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So I think it's important to know that this is the example that Allissa described as one great example, but it can take many different forms depending on what you're doing. So, one example that we're doing in our funnel at Massage Business Blueprint is we have something very similar set up. We have an ebook called How to Get New Massage Clients. It's sort of a resource that answers a question that just about every independent massage therapist is asking. Hey, how do I get more clients? How do I grow? How do I, reach people to find me and book a massage? So the ebook gives them actionable tips and advice and really good insights on how to do that. So when they download that resource from our website, we're actually hosting it on MailerLite's landing page. It puts them into a drip campaign. So the awareness part is us putting the ebook out. We've done social media ads for it. We partner with ABMP to get exposure. We have a lot of ways we're getting the ebook out there in front of people. And then when they put their email address in to get it, I think we send 2 emails as a follow-up. One of them says, hey, hope you enjoyed it. Hit reply if you have any questions. And then the second one is, hey, if you'd like more information like this or some support from our community, consider joining our private community called Blueprint Mastermind. They can click and join it. So that's kind of the call to action. So we have a very simple, pretty minimal and basic funnel and drip campaign set up as an example. So, think of different ways you can get the awareness campaign out there. Think of different ways you can provide information for people, and think of different ways you can structure the drip campaign to kind of lead people toward the action you want them to take. So definitely experiment with it and see what works for you. And also a note on this, the larger your target market is, the more effective funnels are likely to be. So if you're a massage therapist operating in the heart of downtown Manhattan, a lot of people around, a lot of people in a geographic area, sales funnels might be pretty effective because there's just tons of people in your area that you can serve. But if you're operating in a rural town of 3,000 people and there's no one else for miles, then sales funnels or marketing funnels may not be as effective because you've got a smaller population to work with and kind of filter out the people that are going to find you. So more traditional methods or other methods might work better for you. So I'm not saying it won't work, but I'm saying the larger the population you're targeting, often the better these sales funnels can work, or these marketing funnels can work. So
what I really like about using these and setting up email drip campaigns is that the worst case scenario here is that it doesn't work great. You don't get a ton of action on it, but now you have a bunch of new content that you can use in your website, in your social, reuse for email campaigns to your regular clientele. Like you have pre-made a whole bunch of content that you can recycle in a variety of different ways. So like worst case scenario, you've put yourself into some discipline to create a ton of really useful information.
absolutely, you can reuse that stuff in many places.
So yeah, you got to experiment, you got to test, you got to think about the pathologies or the issues that you most commonly treat or that you want to treat more of, and put that into an informative structure.
I'll add one more thing if it's okay. So start simple. You can do a simple funnel by saying, hey, here's a resource for download. I send a single email afterward. Just build that. Then maybe after you kind of test things out for a while and get used to it, add a second email in the sequence and then a third, or maybe try different ways to place the interest or awareness part of it. So maybe try, Facebook ads for a while, maybe try Google ads next, maybe try something else, a partnership with other sources next. So, kind of tweak little pieces at a time. Don't change everything all at once. Change one segment at a time so you can track kind of how that individual change makes a difference.
And your offer doesn't have to be something written, and your emails don't have to be something written. This could be access to a video series. You put the video series on YouTube, but you make it so the videos aren't public. They can only be accessed via a specific link. And then you can embed them into emails or share the link in an email. So it could be like, if you're not going to write, a 5-page ebook on self-care for TMD, that's fine. Do a 4-minute video.
Or a course.
Yeah, you could do like a little course. But it doesn't even have to be like, I don't want to use big words. And like, we don't have to make this bigger or more complicated than it really needs to be. It can be very short videos. It can be like, you can bullet point out what you want to say and say it, and then use YouTube's free captioning option, or just use a transcript service, and there's your written stuff. So if you don't have to be a writer to do this. Is what I want to get the point I want to get across. There's a lot of different options. It could even just be an audio series. If you're like, I don't want to be on video, but this info is important and will translate fine in audio form, do it. I wouldn't think you can be demoing stretches or whatever in audio form, but there are plenty of things you can do in audio form. It could be an audio series. That's fine too. So figure out what works for you in conjunction with what is going to work for your target clientele, and boom, you got yourself a sales funnel with a drip campaign.
Love it. Well, thank you. Good stuff to walk through today. All right, before we move on, I'm going to check Facebook real quick. Andrew has said the Cornerstone Instructor Development Program, referring back to ABMP, I believe, the apps,
Yes.
Is amazing and free to members. So thanks, Andrew, for pointing that out.
They added, I think it's abmp.com/learn to their education center. They added like a whole instructor development program for massage educators. It's really good. I glanced at it. It's awesome.
And Marcy also on Facebook, stopping by to say hi. So hi, Marcy. Glad you are here.
It's Marcy's fault that I have a dog, by the way, because she like rescued that dog, Canelo. And I showed the picture to Walt, and that started our dog conversations. That we've been in conversation about this for a while, years, but it's Marcy's fault. So if I can't get this dog to stop barking, I'm sending him to Marcy. Actually, this dog comes from Texas. It's going to go back to Texas and live with Marcy.
All right. So before we move on to quick tips, let's give a shout out to our sponsor, HappyFace.
Yay! Face cradles can be super duper uncomfortable for a client, and that pressure and the resulting stuffiness can ruin the whole massage experience. HappyFace is the most comfy face cradle, so you can give the most relaxing massage of your client's life. It has an innovative heart-shaped design that means no sinus pressure, no eye pressure, no need to adjust during the massage. My mid-massage headrest adjustments are dramatically decreased with this HappyFace face cradle. You will not get all gross makeup smearing and eyelash busting. Made in the USA. It's seamless. It's super easy to clean. It's the same dimensions as other massage face cradles, so your face cradle covers are going to fit, and it itself is going to fit perfectly on your massage face cradle frame. I could not get the word out, goodness, because the whole back surface of the HappyFace is that Velcro, and it's going to hook really well to your frame and stay where you put it. You can get 20% off the price of the product at massagebusinessblueprint.com/happyface using code MassageBB at checkout. All of that information is there for you at massagebusinessblueprint.com/happyface.
All right. I have a quick tip today if you're interested.
Bring it.
All right. So I stumbled upon this, someone on a Facebook group mentioned it that I'm in. I stumbled upon this new search engine called 𝗂𝗂𝗀𝘀𝗀𝗃. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. I think it's 𝗂𝗂𝗀𝗀𝗃. And I am intrigued. It is a search engine that is an alternative to Google, and it's a nonprofit. It's also a certified B Corp. And as far as I can tell, it works pretty well. It's a search engine that finds things. And it's interesting because they do have ads just like Google, but their ad revenue goes toward planting trees around the world to repopulate trees. So they're basically obviously environmentally themed. And basically every time you search, you're supporting, the planting of trees, because again, that supports ad revenue. And again, as a nonprofit, their whole mission is to repopulate trees around the earth. So I was kind of intrigued by this. I haven't done a ton of research. I just found it literally yesterday, but I plan to use it more and more and learn more about it and kind of see how it works, kind of test it out. And I also remind me to talk to you about this, Allissa, because we might want to consider it as an advertising source, because I feel like people who care about the earth tend to be, kind of our people usually. So I thought it was interesting in terms of both as an advertising medium to support, the planet as well, and just a search engine with that mission. So I thought it was interesting.
Cool. I just added the little thing to Chrome. And yes, Andrew, once we finish the broadcast, I will pop this in the podcast notes, but also in the comments. We'll do that in just a minute.
I'll spell it too. It's 𝗂𝗂𝗀𝗃𝗀.org.
Cool. Looks really neat.
Yeah.
I don't have a quick tip. My quick tip is that I'm tired and I have to go train a dog.
You're allowed. It's fair. All right. Well, anything else you would add, or are we a wrap for the day?
I think we are a wrap for today. And I just want to remind everyone, if you did not notice, we published a special Tuesday episode this past week with Brian from the 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗀 company. I really loved talking to Brian just about business and about massage business. It's one of our slightly longer interview episodes. So if you dig a longer format, even if you don't, maybe go listen to me and Brian have a really lovely chat.
Brian's awesome. All right.
Really is.
Well, hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. As always, our website is massagebusinessblueprint.com. You're welcome to reach out and consider joining our Blueprint Mastermind community there. If you're not a member yet, it's free for 30 days. And if you'd like to email us, the email address is podcast@massagebusinessblueprint.com. That goes to both me and Allissa, and we would love to hear from you. So as always, thanks for joining us today. We appreciate you being a listener. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.
Bye.